What if I told you the biggest secret of all is that we're living inside of a machine? Sounds pretty crazy, doesn't it? Philosophers, shaman, authors, and filmmakers have all been able to tap into the sacred gnosis that is waiting to be unlocked inside each one of us. However, it wasn't until the birth of computers and AI that we as a humanity finally had the language necessary to not only understand the digital nature of reality, but even more so, to communicate it. But just like any other computer system, this reality can and has been infected with a virus that has not only created imbalance in reality, but even more so within the human consciousness itself. But what if the developers left an antivirus program that could be accessed from within the machine in the event that consciousness becomes trapped in its own creation? Could the virus be removed from the system? And even more so, could the system itself be reset? In this film, we will detail the digital nature of this reality as we've come to understand it. We will detail the nature and origins of this virus and how it has embedded itself into the human consciousness through fear, how it feeds on child sacrifice, and how this ancient practice is still being performed to this day as a global child trafficking network run by the elite. We will shine a light on the rituals they perform in public and those hidden in the deepest, darkest layers. And finally, we will take you to Egypt to witness ayahuasca ceremonies performed at the Temple of Hatshepsut, at the Temple of Isis in Philae. We will take you into the subterranean chamber and into the Queen's Chamber of the Great Pyramid, both of which have been off limits to the public for decades. And finally, we will step into the sarcophagus of the King's Chamber to launch our consciousness into the 13th density to unlock these antivirus programs. Our intention was simple: reset the Matrix. The events of this film took place in May of 2018. We returned with the countdown clock, 4 minutes and 37 seconds, or in Matrix time, 4 years and 7 months. Had we created this film upon returning, it would be very easy to write off these experiences as one of the most epic psychedelic experiences in the history of mankind. However, as we find ourselves in the middle of a worldwide shutdown in the year 2020, exactly at the halfway point of our countdown clock, there is no denying the Matrix is being reset. Are these events merely a series of massive coincidences? Or was this the fulfillment of an ancient plan to reset the Matrix? Hey everyone, Chris Gio coming to you from Beyond the Veil. It is the evening of the Great Pyramid Expedition, and we have about 3 hours until blast off. And just wanted to run through a few pre-flight thoughts that I'm having. The dark energies have done their best to try to hijack this. They've surrounded us, and we're finding dark energies under every rock and under every crevice. But I'm pretty confident that we're going to be successful. As a matter of fact, I've already seen it done. And we're going to go for broke with this particular event. we're going to hit that reset button. Now, I wanted to talk about for a moment what's going to happen when we hit the reset button. I was thinking about the time difference between the real world and the matrix that we live in. Cherie actually brought up this very good point. And that point is that the real world, a minute up there could be a year down here. So the system reboot, let's say, or restore, let's say it takes 5 minutes to run. It could be a change that happens over the course of 5 years. But I think we're also going to see the beginning of a cycle, a reset cycle, that goes on and on and on from here. I think it's going to be gradual, and in the real world it'll be a total of 3 to 5 minutes. Down here it could be 3 to 5 years. So I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you to everybody again. I'm going to say thank you for the rest of this incarnation, and I'm going to continue saying thank you as we step even further beyond the veil.
The sky so far away tonight, but I can't lose this one. Get a pride of a falling night. Thought that I was fit to fight for us to be. You gave me life for loving me. Tell me, where did we go so wrong?
Raw consciousness does not require a savior, but rather, raw consciousness requires only knowledge of oneself and the power to access it. Remember this, as we unlock an even greater gnosis from beyond the veil.
From the lockdown Las Vegas, Nevada, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be across the nation, around the world. I'm Chris Gio. I'll be taking you beyond the veil with this evening. I'm joined, of course, by my lovely wife and co-pilot, Mrs. Gio.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, it is 3 a.m. over here, so we don't expect too many people to be joining us this morning. I know we have several people from Australia and other places where it is a reasonable hour, but, we were just so hyped and excited to put all this information out there. We live streamed all of this on Facebook, as we always do, but there was another site that was done on 11/11, and we went in and we did some hardcore energy work and shifted this timeline into the positive direction. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. We're going to play some clips for you, probably play some clips from Egypt as well. I want to give you a little bit of a backstory on this particular site here. This was the Luxor pyramid here in Las Vegas. Now, it's a hotel and casino. And so we never really thought of this site as an activation site. But here we are at a very specific time in the timeline where what's happening is that we have the antivirus program and the virus program, and they're playing themselves out with each other. And we were at the halfway point. As you can tell, I just played a clip from May of 2018 that was directly before going into the pyramid to reset the matrix. And I called it exactly the way it happened. It was going to take 3 to 5 years. When we were in the pyramid, in the Great Pyramid, we came back with the countdown clock, 4 minutes and 37 seconds, which translates roughly to about 4 years and 7 months here in this matrix. At this halfway point, what's been happening is that we've been eliminating timelines, all virus infected timelines up to this point. And we're at a very, very critical point now, a time of singularity. We're about to hit that single timeline. And as a result, we realize that the timelines are flipping back and forth from the positive to the negative, from the positive to the negative, because at that halfway point is where the virus and the antivirus both have the same amount of power. And so we're watching them flip in one direction or another. In hindsight, it's very easy to see how this matrix reset manifested itself. It manifested itself as a global lockdown. It's on the cover of Time magazine right now as the Great Reset. Everybody recognizes that the matrix is being reset. It's manifested itself, the virus has manifested itself as a fear virus, which is COVID, which is all in the mind, because that's how this virus feeds. It feeds on fear, it feeds on suffering, so on and so forth. We instinctively knew that we needed to do something to flip the timeline in the positive direction. Now, what transpired at the pyramid, at the Luxor pyramid on 11/11, was a little bit different than what the 3D avatar was expecting. But we got some hardcore energy work done, and we have flipped things into the optimal timeline.
Yes, we
So
have.
I am 1000% confident now that we are on the optimal timeline. Let me preface this by saying what called us to the pyramid first and foremost. I have a video here, and it's, you know what? It's about 10 minutes long. It's the whole video is about 20 minutes long, but I guess I can play the first 10 minutes of it, because rather than me explaining it to you right now, let me just give you my thoughts exactly as they were at that time. This is April 9th, 2020. This is in the middle of a COVID lockdown. And we also have clips because we live streamed the entire ayahuasca ritual. So we're going to be playing that, probably playing some clips from Egypt, playing clips from the Luxor ritual, playing our thoughts after the fact. And the reason we wanted to do it live like this instead of just putting together like a video is because, number one, we want to get some interaction with everybody, which in hindsight, we probably should have done it at a reasonable time so we can get more people here to get some good interaction with. But most importantly, we wanted to be able to do some commentary. And we're both fired up. We've been sleeping all day. We've eaten so much. It's not even funny. Like, this was so taxing on our bodies that we spent the whole day today rejuvenating ourselves. I mean, everything from meat to carbs to sugar. I mean, the body needed literally everything because it was at a point. Let me just put it like this. I died twice yesterday. And you'll understand a little bit more as we progress through this, especially when you watch the live stream that we did immediately after the experience too. So let me play this clip first and foremost here. Can you adjust your side camera just a little bit? There we go. Okay, cool. I should have adjusted your side camera beforehand, but anyways, it's
fine.
Yeah,
we got it.
I think it's okay. So let me play this clip here first and foremost. I'm just going to go ahead and play from the beginning here. We're here at the Luxor pyramid that I think is going to be the next site that came out of nowhere. And as soon as we pull up, we get a little bit of a light show going on here. Hey everyone, it's Chris Gio coming to you from Beyond the Veil. I have a little bit of an update on the second step of the RAW mission, or the BTV mission, and it has to do with the Luxor Pyramid here in Las Vegas. It sounds crazy even to me, but when I put it out there, people were really resonating with it and saying, no, Chris, this sounds like the site. This sounds like the site. So I'll explain a little bit here. But last night, we decided to go to Walmart, and Walmart turned out to be closed. They apparently closed early during this global shutdown, but there was a single star up in the sky, and it was right next to the light coming out of the pyramid. And I'm looking around and saying, it doesn't look like a star. It was almost blue. And I started looking up, the blue Kachina and that comet that's supposedly coming and everything like that. But it was the strangest thing. It was almost as if this light was calling to us. It was so strange. So we decide that we're going to go ahead and just go down there. We want to get out of the house anyways. And when we get there, we're greeted by this light show. It was incredible. And I'm looking at the way the lights and electromagnetic interference is taking place in the parking lot. And I'm thinking, this has to be a code. There has to be some kind of Morse type code, except coming from the higher level with all of these flashing lights like this. It's something like I've never seen before. It was definitely not an electronic malfunction. But the interesting thing about the Luxor pyramid is it's definitely high tech. It's technological. The Great Pyramid is an old structure, but as I said before in previous videos, the Great Pyramid is dead. There's nothing that goes on there. The Luxor Pyramid, despite the fact that it was built in 1993, is life. There's constantly people there. I mean, this is, as a matter of fact, this is the only time in history that the Luxor Pyramid is empty. And in Egypt, we had to commandeer the Great Pyramid and kick everybody out. I wonder if we can make that happen here at the Luxor too. And if so, the timing is just phenomenal that it happens to be shut down right now. But that's neither here nor there. So, when it comes to the Luxor Pyramid, I looked up the architect, and the architect built this on the schematics of the Bent Pyramid and also the Step Pyramid of Egypt. So this is considered the third largest pyramid in the world. Despite the fact that it was built in 1993, it's still considered a legitimate pyramid. It's sitting on top of ley lines as well. So there's an energetic vortex there. And it's not about how old the structure is. It's not even what the structure is made out of. It's about the design of the structure, and it's about where the structure is situated on the energetic grid of the matrix. And this is definitely a structure that can be utilized, and can be utilized in a technological kind of way too. So what Cherie and I, we theorize is that this particular light that's on top of the pyramid is the brightest light in the world. As a matter of fact, it was so bright that they had to turn it down about 50% of the way, which was very interesting, that we're going to go and do a ceremony within a pyramid that has the brightest light in the world. And I can't help but think this is some type of beacon. You know, it's like we activated the uplink at the Great Pyramid. Now this is some type of beacon. I think there is another pyramid to follow after this. So I don't think that the journey is quite over just yet. However, it's going to be a really, really, really interesting experience nonetheless. And we learned how to utilize the pyramid when we were in Egypt through heavy psychedelics and the methods to harness the energy. Taking what we learned in Egypt and bringing it over here to a more technological pyramid, I think will yield some interesting results. Or maybe it's just something that is irrelevant and we have to move on to the next ancient site as well. But the light show was very, very, very interesting. It seems like we always have these weird anomalies happen as soon as Cherie and I start going to a pyramid or going to the desert or something like that. Let me explain. When we were in Egypt, we went to the pyramid and did some energy work, did our ayahuasca ceremony and all that. It flooded for 3 days in Cairo shortly after that. We did a ceremony at the Temple of Hatshepsut, and it was a beautiful blue day, the way that you kind of see it like right now. And by the end of it, it was storming, and it looked like boats were about to flip over in the Nile. The electricity went out. It was total chaos by the time everything was said and done. We go out to Abydos, and we do a live stream, and we're live streaming on Facebook with all of our people, and it starts raining in Abydos. And these are all locations that are hours and hours and hours apart from one another, so it wasn't like a small storm consolidated over one area. I mean, it was following us literally. And so the people at Abydos were like, oh my God, it hasn't rained here in 15 years. We come to Las Vegas, and as soon as we come to Las Vegas, in the middle of the Mojave Desert, there's record rainfall, and we're laughing because it's flooding in the desert as soon as we arrive. And I realized when we were in Egypt that the water is the life. The water is the symbol of the mother, the divine feminine, Isis. She is in the water. She is in the water. And because she's in the water, before something happens, it has to be cleansed first. So we cleansed, and we knew this instinctively. Like when we did our ayahuasca ceremony at the Temple of Isis, we took Nile water there instinctively and started clearing out everything and cleaning everything out with Nile water before we drank the ayahuasca. So there was it was a really, really incredible experience, and I think that we will be able to do some more energy work and figure out what the next step is in this global reset event that we find ourselves right in the middle of. So tell me what you think about this video, and let me know also if you can recognize any codes or patterns within the lights. Maybe Fibonacci sequence, maybe it's something like that. But I feel like the way that the lights were flickering in this unique event that has never happened before as soon as we arrive there, after being called by this star that's up on top of the pyramid, tell me what you think the message is. All right, before we play the next part, I just wanted to interject real quick. The music that I overlaid on this, it's just some music that I just picked at random. It wasn't playing at the time, and I just dropped it into Vegas just to give it a little bit of music, and it just happens to just sync up with the lights. So I just wanted to just put that out there really quick. Hey everyone, Chris and Sherry Gio here. We're here at the Luxor pyramid that I think is going to be the next site that came out of nowhere. And as soon as we pull up, we get a little bit of a light show going on here. Now this is some kind of oddity in the parking lot. I'm going to try to go around here, but I feel like there's something energetic going on here.
Me too.
I'm gonna get out so you can see better. Hopefully it doesn't stop. Isn't that crazy? You know, I'm not really certain about this pyramid because it is a hotel, but as you can see, it is actually architecturally sound as far as everything goes. So, yeah. Yeah? Oh, okay. Is this a private road?
Everything is closed. It's gonna be supposed to be a hotel, or well, not hotel, but we can't be here now.
Okay. All right. This is a private road, though, or this is a public road?
Private. This is all private. This is not public. This is all private property right now.
Okay. All right.
It's a pattern.
It's a pattern.
The lights. Maybe I'm getting. Whenever we get back, I'm going to look at those lights on the tape, on the footage, and see if maybe we can decipher some kind of message from it. So, anyways, creepy as hell. What do you think, twin? Alright. Ooh, the light looks blue tonight. Like, extremely blue.
Let me see. So that's what called us there. April 9th. The upload date's April 9th, so it may have been April 8th. But it called us there in the middle of a worldwide lockdown, at the middle of everything. So we have determined that there's a positive and a negative timeline that's being that's teeter-tottering right now, and that we really needed to give it a push into the right direction. And we here at BTV have done some amazing, amazing things with our tribe here. Mm-hmm. We reset the matrix. At this point, there's no denying that the matrix is being reset. When we first came back from Egypt, my thoughts were, well, maybe it was just a big ayahuasca experience, and maybe, you know, bringing down the rain and everything like that, it was all just coincidental. But watching events transpire, there's really no way that I can deny at this point that the matrix is being reset. Mm-hmm. So we knew that we needed to come in and we needed to activate something in this 2020 timeline to push it to the 2021 timeline. The very strange thing is that in the previous timeline, actually I'm going to play a video here. I don't know how long this video is. Let me see. This video is 39 minutes. I mean, we have like a couple of hours of video. So, Chris Gio here coming to you. Yeah, I don't know if I want to play the whole thing. I'll play a little bit of it, but let me just say this first. Okay, so first of all, the timeline is represented by Trump and Biden. These are the physical manifestations of the timeline. We've talked about this in previous videos. Whether you like Trump or not is irrelevant, because this is something way, way, way bigger than Trump. So we have to push it in the Trump timeline, because what Biden represents is total lockdown. Lockdown of freedom, lockdown on the physical, lockdown on the ethereal as well, on the spiritual. This is like a matter of do or die. Mm-hmm. Like, we either get on the optimal timeline or we are stuck within the matrix, and that's it. We're locked down in the system. So these were my thoughts the night of, when we realized that we needed to push this timeline in the positive direction. We started formulating a plan. And it was interesting because the timeline that we originally came from, the Luxor pyramid was set to not be open. And I think I mentioned this in the video, so forgive me if this is redundant. But we had booked a room to go do a ritual at the Luxor pyramid once we were called here. And we called, and they weren't sure if they're going to reopen or not. And I just said, give me a date. You tell me when you have a room available. And she says, I have a king premier suite for you. And she gave me the date to the day of when we did the activation in Egypt. Yep. Which to me, that was confirmation, okay, something needs to be done here. However, in the timeline that we came from, what happened is they sent us an email that said, we're not reopening, and then they were going to demolish the Luxor pyramid. And we were thinking to ourselves, why would you demolish such a magnificent structure? I mean, it is like, you know, it makes Las Vegas stand out. It's gorgeous. Why would you demolish something like that? But in the timeline we came from, it was supposed to be demolished. And then we got into the car accident July 4th. And on July 4th, I feel like we flipped timelines from one timeline to another. Yeah. And in this timeline, not only has the Luxor opened, but the casino has opened and it's back in full operation. And we were like, okay, this is strange. So there was a period in time there where we were thinking, okay, the Luxor pyramid is not important. Right. But then we get here to the 11/11 portal on November 11th, and we knew instinctively we were either going to do it on November 7th or November 11th. And Cherie did a tarot reading for both, and it seemed like Trump's astrology was better on the 11th. My astrology was better on the 7th. But Trump's astrology was better on the 11th.
Mine was also better on the 11th, too.
So we decided, let's do it on 11/11 at 11:11 p.m.
Right.
You know, when we put this out there, people were saying, well, how can, you know, time is very strange because you're doing it at 11:11. It's 11:12 where I am on the other side of the world, et cetera, et cetera. And I realized from Egypt, too, the timing depends on where the structure is. Right. So in Egypt, we did our ritual at midnight, and we did it on an undisclosed day. because what happened is that there were elements trying to hijack the portal that we were creating in Egypt, and we picked up on this while we were there. So we put it out there that we were doing it on one day, and actually wound up doing it at another day. We put it out that we did it at one time, and we did it at a completely different time in order to keep this portal sacred. And the energies that were against us were very, very upset when they found this out. The energies that were with us were so grateful that we did it that way.
Oh, yeah,
and
supportive.
they were supportive
Yeah.
100%. And they're like, hey, we understand you had to get it done, and you got it done, and we applaud you for that. So if anybody feels like, there was a little bit of misdirection there needed to be at that
Right.
particular time. This particular event, I felt like we really didn't need to put that much misdirection out, because this was something that nothing can stop, because we're already here. The matrix is already being reset.
Right.
So these are my thoughts leading into the experience. Then we're going to take you into the actual ritual itself. And then we're going to take you into our thoughts literally right after, and we'll do some commentary as we go. Now, this video here is 39 minutes long. So again, I don't know if I'm going to play the whole thing or not, but let's just get started on it, and you can see where my mind was. And this was literally on the day, and even to that day, I was telling Sheree, maybe we shouldn't tell anybody about this. Maybe we should just film it all and then put the video out the next day. But something just said we need to create the energy. We need the BTV
Right.
energy. We need our tribe on this mission that we're going to do. So let me play this here. Hey everyone, Chris Gio here, coming to you from Beyond the Veil. Oh, I probably look like crap right now, but I just wanted to reach out to everybody. Had a little 24-hour Facebook ban, which was no big deal. I've been working on this music, and hopefully I'll have that track ready in the next couple days. Ready to rock and roll on that. I'm really looking forward to it, because it's just hardcore. It's probably the best rap song I've ever done, and it's really coming from the heart. But that's not why I wanted to make this video. The reason I wanted to talk about this video is because today is 11/11, and there's an 11/11 portal which is opening today, and there's been some other weird anomalies going on, like literally everywhere. Electromagnetic interference. YouTube is down right now. Our governor here in Nevada just announced that he's planning to do more lockdowns within the next couple of weeks. So they're preparing for what's coming up next. But let me tell you this. I don't want to give away too many details. Some of you that have been following along with Beyond the Veil, you know what's going on. And forgive me for being esoteric. Forgive me for being vague. But those of you that know, tonight is the night. So we're going to go flip this timeline. We're going to go do what we need to do in order to push things in the positive direction. We've been preparing all day. The energies have been really, really, really heavy. I've been getting a lot of communication from our people on the other side. They've been sending in, from what I can tell, I'm going really deep here. Usually on Facebook I'm just like stay with the politics, but I'm going really deep here, especially because YouTube is down. Our people on the other side, they've been sending in walk-ins to take over in certain positions. Just yesterday we had a complete decapitation of the Pentagon, and Trump fired a lot of the people that are not on his side. The New York Times is trying to paint it as a dictator move, as a coup move, etc., etc. There was a really interesting video Sheree and I were watching last night, and I don't remember the name of the video, but if you Google it, if you YouTube it, YouTube is down now, so you can't. But at some point, look up this video where it's a lip reader, and she's reading the State of the Union, and she's reading the lips of the people talking. And according to that video, they were talking about assassination attempts, poisoning attempts. They were talking about coup d'etat, so on and so forth. And when I first started watching this video, I was like, no. But then the more I started watching it, she started talking about situational awareness, and she started pointing out how different people in the government were signaling to each other when people would walk in the room, and so on and so forth. So it was really interesting to see, because if that video is accurate, then that means Trump is surrounded literally by enemies, and even the people that he believes are friends are actually enemies. Ted Cruz seemed to be like he was on Trump's side. Rand Paul seems to be like he was on Trump's side. But I'm going to skip a little bit through here. Frequency News sent me a video, 7% DMT. You know, the timeline shifting back and forth, just all these anomalies, everything like that. It was just, I guess maybe it was like a purge to prepare myself, because we have a brew that's twice as much as what we did in Egypt. And what I did in Egypt was 400 grams of Mimosa Hostilis. We have a brew of 1,000 grams of acacia. So mimosa is more like 1.7% DMT. Acacia is more like 1% DMT. So it's probably about the same strength, give or take. But I'm not going to drink it all, because it took me way too deep last time. But I'm going to go hardcore again tonight and try to access this 1111 portal. Push the energies that you guys and gals are all manifesting. I'm visualizing this as like a ball of energy that we're going to take. We're going to push up, push into the time stream, flip the time stream, and take all this energy and push it in the right direction. Melania is glowing like I've never seen her before. I'm going to skip to the end here, because there were some parts at the end that I want to get in. You know, in the chat room, or in the comments. But let me just say this: tonight is a night to really put your focus and intention on shifting this, and we're going to draw from all of that focus and all of that intention, and we're going to push this up into the time stream and push it in the right directions. And that direction is in the Trump timeline. You know, I don't want to say we're going to take this energy and put it in the hands of Trump. That's not what I'm saying. But that's the 3D manifestation of what's going to happen, though, in my humble opinion, is we take this energy and then it just supercharges everything that Trump is trying to do, and supercharges the positive timeline. So that's our intention tonight. There's some other deeper stuff too, and I really don't know, because see, here's the thing: when I went to Egypt, I expected a completely different experience than what I experienced in the pyramid. I expected it to be like a blast off rocket experience. I expected, you know, doing ayahuasca in the sarcophagus of the King's Chamber. I expected to come out glowing, you know, going, you know, all that. Instead, no, it was fucking brutal. There was PTSD afterwards. It was taxing. It was the complete opposite of what I expected it to be. When I went through the experience in the pyramid, I was able to get up out of the matrix really quick, but then I found myself in an abyss before I was able to get to my destination, and I had to like push through that abyss, where I expected like a blast off type of situation. I expected the pyramid to be a booster rocket to be able to just blast off into another galaxy or solar system or dimension or whatever the fuck you want to call it, wherever the fuck we went when we were there. So I don't want to presume anything about tonight's experience. I don't want to presume anything about that. But I have a couple of ideas on what needs to be done. And we'll do it. I just keep hearing this. I keep hearing this over and over and over again. This is the part I wanted to get to. What's funny is I was meditating and I was looking up at the clouds and I was watching cloud formations, and I saw this figure. You know that what they not the sarcophagus, but you know what they put the mummies in? Like it's that gold box that they put the mummies in, and then they put that box in the sarcophagus itself, and it's got the pharaoh beard and everything like that. I was looking up at the clouds, and I see this figure coming out of the clouds like that. And I was sitting there meditating, and I'm like, if you're with us tonight, you need to make yourself known. And I look up, and I see this figure in the clouds. Now, again, it was I just want to be clear. You know, our brains have a tendency to look for familiar shapes. So when we look at the clouds, we can see a dog, or we can see a cat, or we can see something familiar like that. So, again, I want to stay on the side of, like, you know, sanity here. and say, there's a possibility that happened. That I was just seeing something in the sky like that, because I was, my brain was taking the forms and making familiar shapes out of them. But I swear, I saw this figure coming out, and as I saw this figure coming out, it was telling me, you need to close the gate. You know where the gate is. You need to close the gate. And then I saw in the clouds what appeared to be a dung beetle, and then I saw a Horus bird. And then all of a sudden, Cherie comes outside, all the cloud cover just disappears. So I don't know if that was a message, but you need to close the gate. We opened the gate at one point in the time stream, and we need to go back and close that. And by closing that gate, that flips the timeline into the positive timeline, because it removes the power source from the very beginning. Let me know how that resonates in the comments. And again, I don't want to expect anything. I don't want to go with any intention. I just want to go and just all know what needs to be done when I get there. Like, I didn't even know what needed to be done in Egypt until I got into the sarcophagus. Like at the Temple of Isis, it showed me how to get out of the Matrix. Like it showed me all the different levels and the different doorways and the different passcodes and, everything that I needed in order to get out of the Matrix. But then I thought I was looking for an object, in Egypt. And I saw that object. I got out of the Matrix. I saw the object. It was way off in the distance. But the closer I got to the object, the more, that's the abyss that I was talking about, the more that I had to wade through all of that, and I was having to push and push and push to get closer to the object. Then when I got closer and closer and closer to the object, I realized it wasn't an object, but rather it was like a space. And as I got closer to it, it wasn't something that I could go touch. It was something that became bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger than I can go inside of. And then when I went inside of it, then I did everything that I needed to do. I didn't expect that, but like on an ancient soul level, my ancient soul knew what needed to be done. My brain here, my 3D brain, did not know what needed to be done. So again, I don't want to presume anything before I go in there. I don't know. Maybe I put way too much information out here tonight. We were planning on not saying anything until tomorrow. We're gonna have videos for you and all that. But it's going down tonight. So kiss the one you love right now. You never know when the last time is gonna be. And don't forget, we got this, okay? This is what we came here to do. Love you, and see you even further beyond the motherfucking veil. When you've been through the shit.
Yep, that's the look
you don't come out going namaste and all this. No,
blessings upon you.
Blessings upon you, my children. That's all the fake bullshit.
That's crap.
I am sick and tired of these fake fuckers out there. I am sick and tired of it. I just got to call it out for what it is real quick. I am sick and tired of their fucking bullshit.
Yeah. It's actually really funny to hear the exact same words that you're using to describe something it's like 12 hours later and people are acting like, oh, namaste, and we're gonna flip the
We went and did this
timeline
on the 11th, and just like a few hours ago, one of the big new agers were like, we flipped the timeline, we did this, we did that.
It's like, did what?
You did
now?
what?
Excuse
That's BTV Tribe. Okay?
Yeah, that's the BTV Tribe that did that.
I'm getting a little tired of this shit, but it doesn't matter though, because what it's all about. It's about getting the fucking job done.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
And mission
that's
fucking accomplished.
all that matters.
Yeah, here's a couple pictures from walking into the pyramid. And we live streamed quite a bit of it, so I'm gonna just kind of flip through some of these live streams, and then we'll get to the ritual here in just a few moments. Chris Gio here, coming to you. I didn't think we were going to live stream. And what sucks about live streaming on Facebook is the quality is always shit. But you can see my mask is, this mask is as useless as our governor. But I figure why not? We come up in. Can you watch the bag real quick?
Oh.
Here. The what? The bags. She always has to bring a whole shit ton of bags with her everywhere we go. So I just wanted to show you guys and gals the inside real quick. I'll flip the camera around here. This is walking up. There's some more cool stuff behind me, but I want to show you this first and foremost. Can I get it? I'll just go down the escalator, why not? Yeah, you've got some cool little stuff going up over there. Let me see if I can get back up here. All right. I just want to say one thing to everybody out there. This is way more my style than the Great fucking Pyramid, okay? Like, that place was dirty, it was hot, it was hard to breathe. This is more what I'm talking about when it comes to doing rituals. We have a nice little food court, have a Starbucks right here, have a bathroom. Ah, yes.
Just a bathroom right there.
You can see the top of the pyramid there.
Just a bathroom being right there.
Now, of course, it's not as ancient as the Great Pyramid, of course. If we hadn't done the Great Pyramid, I wouldn't even be thinking about doing this one. But since we have the Great Pyramid under our belt, then this one's pretty cool.
It is. There's a Mayan pyramid right there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take some pictures. Oh, I forgot about the little twin and the bags. We're only here for a couple hours and she's got this big old bag with her here.
I had to bring all those artifacts, age and the Palo Santo, everything.
Baggage has been a big what do you think, energetically?
Issue
in our relationship. You think so?
Yeah.
I think so too. Standing right here at the center,
Right here.
right above. I mean, it's not as strong as the Great Pyramid,
No.
but you know what though? When we first touched the Great Pyramid, it was vibrating a really, really, really low energy. Like, you know, you could feel it. Remember we did that video in front of it and we're like, she's alive, but she's not quite alive.
Yeah.
Once we activated it, then that's when it really came to life.
All these symbols here, I think, helps.
Well, okay, so this architect built this structure based around the Red Pyramid and the Bent Pyramid.
Right.
So this is, you know, he built it based on the schematics of Egyptian pyramids.
I can tell.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, it feels like standing outside of it.
Lotus flowers?
Yeah, standing outside of it, it feels like standing in front of an ancient pyramid.
Yeah, it does.
So that Sphinx was very welcoming. Got some nice ambient music. Yeah, that's how you do a
This is
ritual.
definitely how we're gonna do all our rituals from
See?
here on out, though.
Fuck all that Indiana Jones shit. We need luxury. We need style. We need class. All right.
There's a little Mayan pyramid there too. That's Teotihuacan, isn't it? Is it?
that's Chichen Itza.
Oh, that's Chichen Itza. It's a little mini Chichen Itza there.
I think that's really cool.
It is pretty neat. All right, so I think the rest is just walking through. Oh, here we go. Here's a cool part here. We're talking about where our room is. Sure, please. Can you elaborate a little bit more on how this is inside of the Luxor pyramid? So it's built upon the schematics of the Red Pyramid and the Bent Pyramid, I think. It's not modeled after the Great Pyramid, but it's the architect built it to the specifications of the Red Pyramid. So that's the apex right there. There's a light, a beam that shines from there all the way up. You can see it. It's the brightest beam in the world. And they actually had to turn it down 50% because it was so bright. But the airport, which is right across the street, uses the beam that projects from up there to navigate their flights with.
but I think the FAA said, "Hey, it's way too bright. Turn
they
this."
did.
Did they? Was it?
It
the
was several years ago. The FAA. It was in I think 2000 actually. In the year 2000, the FAA told them it's way too bright. It's blinding, and it's also it's messing with the birds. I think it was. It was messing with the birds, and so they had to turn it down. So they turned it down like 40%.
Yes, those are rooms up there. So
Yeah,
our
those are
room
rooms.
is going to be one of those up there. I'm not exactly sure which one just yet,
the top.
but we asked for one at the top on the pyramid wall. So it's probably going to be, the pyramid suites are all those suites right there.
Yeah.
So it's literally on the side of it. You have the tower rooms too.
They have tower rooms, which
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. You know, we're about to go check in now, and when
Yeah.
we do, we will know a little bit more. You want to go look, see what's over there?
there was a Titanic exhibition
what's
there.
that?
Ayahuasca.
Oh, that's a kilogram brew right there.
Uh-huh.
1 freaking kilogram.
Yep.
Strongest brew we ever made. Let's see, how much liquid is that?
2 cups.
2 cups of liquid.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna wind up drinking that much. So
Yeah, probably.
there's no way I'm going
further than that.
further than that. No.
You better not.
I mean, unless I have to, but
Well,
Oh, that was
do what you gotta
prophetic.
do, but
yeah.
yeah.
All right, so I think the rest is just walking through,
Yeah.
hanging out.
Checking in and all that.
Yeah.
Which was funny.
We were taking everybody with us.
Okay.
Security guards were
this was
fucking with
funny.
us.
Watch.
I think I might need my wallet though. Okay.
We'll skip that part. But anyways, the security guard came to us and told us we need to social distance. And I'm like, we're going to be in the same room together. And he's like, it doesn't matter. You need a social distance. I'm like, no, that's not how it works, dude. If you're in a family, you don't have to social distance, okay? You social distance from strangers. That's how it works. Anyways. So that was leading into the event. We caught some cool stuff on the outside too. So I'll play this video real quick. This is really short.
All right. You okay? You sure?
Yep.
All right. Come on, you made it through Egypt. You can make it through this. Oh, I want to show everybody something real quick. Can you wait with the bags? All right, so I think this is the front. So I had this dream, right? And I was at a pyramid, and there were two. It was like a fake pyramid. It wasn't like a real pyramid. And there were these 2 Anubis statues right in front of the place when I walked in. And Sheree and I were walking in to do a ritual, and there were and then all of a sudden this dog comes over, right? This gray dog, and she was like blue, actually. You know the color blue? It's more like a gray. I've talked about this on the show before. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You know, like I diverted my attention from everything that I was doing and looked at her, and I'm like, whoa, let's find your owner. And I look at her tag, and her tag said Anput, or input, A-N-P-U-T. And there are 2 plastic Anubis statues walking in here. Anput is Anubis's counterpart. And so I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So let me take you outside real quick.
So that was one of the reasons why I thought maybe we shouldn't go, because, you know, we were kicking around the idea like maybe it's a soul trap or something like that, and some people were pondering that idea, but that was on the old timeline. On the new timeline, it turned out to be something different. But here's the weird thing right here. You see the 2 Anubis statues right there? That's the dream was very similar to that, and Anput came like right in between these 2. It didn't look like this because I've never seen this before, but there were 2 fake Anubis statues like that, and Anput, this dog, just walks right by me, and I grab her collar, going, "Hey, you know, let's find your people. And I look at her tag, and she had tags just like Sekhmet and Bastet. They look exactly like our cat's tags, like she was one of ours. And it said Anput, and I'm like, what's Anput? I didn't know at the time, and we looked it up, and it's Anubis's counterpart, symbolizing death. So that was very interesting there.
Like this though. Oh, look at that.
It's my main
Look
motherfucker
at that
right there.
right there. Wow, what a coincidence. Oh, but shit, look at that.
Look at that right there. He's pointing an arrow towards Toth. What do you think about that, Sheree?
I think that it freaked us both out a little bit and made us, it's almost as if Toth he's still writing, like he's still doing what he does, and despite the dangers of the arrow coming at him, and it's almost as if to say, come hell or high water, things need to be done regardless, regardless of the dangers involved, regardless of what the Matrix is doing or what's going on in the Matrix, you still have to get the work done.
That's a great interpretation.
And then there's the scales with Anubis.
It's always hard to tell Set from Anubis.
That's Anubis.
Yeah.
I think that's Anubis. A little more pointy. Set's got a little more taper-like.
Well, and he's holding the Ankh.
And this is...
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And
The
yeah,
weighing of the heart ceremony. The one
Yeah.
that eats the heart.
yeah.
Something tells me I need to pay attention to these.
What's that on the left? Can you go back just a tiny bit? What's to the left of Toth? What is that?
That's a pharaoh.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the pharaohs, but I mean I know what the pharaohs look like.
Well, you know what's interesting?
It's most likely who's the guy in Luxor Temple?
Ramses. But
yeah.
you know what's interesting about that is that it looks like Toth is standing between the arrows and that pharaoh doing his work.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
That's a good point.
Something
Yeah.
tells me I need to pay attention to these.
So it's like a shielding.
So the truth and wisdom will shield you from harm.
Uh-huh.
That's interesting. That's a great interpretation. I didn't see it like that there. So yeah, that's the. Let me see if I can get a clearer image there. Yeah, you've got the pharaoh, Toth standing in front of him, the arrow, and then death behind him,
Yep.
which is Anubis, the weighing of the heart.
Yeah, Anubis is waiting.
That's interesting. Had the architect not taken so much time to build this based on Egyptian schematics, then we wouldn't be paying, as much attention to it. But no, the architect was really, really, really tapped into what he was doing. And so I felt like when we were there, everything was done for
Deliberately.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a reason for
very,
everything.
very Egyptian-esque. Like there's a reason for everything.
Hey, I need to show you something. Let me get this big
Oh,
ass
at this
bag.
point, my back was killing me, so I couldn't
That's
perceive
much
any of
more than
this at the time. But looking back, yeah, I see it.
It's in this
There's Anubis again.
magnificent as Egypt. I get that. But it's much more luxurious.
Well, I think it's just as important, really. I mean,
So I think that's just us walking up
Yeah,
to the,
that was
to the
just
room.
the rest.
All right, so here's the preparation of the ritual itself. And this is 44 minutes, so again, I'm going to
We're
skip
back.
through.
Look at
Now
this, you
this
guys.
is what the fuck I'm talking
This is
about.
how it's done.
This is how you do a ritual. Oh my God, look at this. Beautiful, gorgeous, very Trump-esque.
Let me just put things into perspective here for just a moment. I have a clip from, where is it here? All right, so here's a clip from the Temple of Hatshepsut. With a voice that must be obeyed. In a time far past, I began this incarnation, not as the little men of the present age did the mighty ones of Atlantis live and die, but rather
That was
aeon
very
after
uncomfortable.
aeon did they renew.
That was extremely uncomfortable.
The river of life flows eternally onward. 100 times 10 have I descended the dark way that led into light, and as many times have I ascended from the darkness into the light, my strength and power renewed. Now for a time I descend, and the men of Chem shall know me no more. But in a time yet unborn I will rise again, mighty and potent, requiring an accounting of those left behind me. Then beware, O men of Chem, if ye have falsely betrayed my teachings, for I shall cast ye down from your high estate into the darkness of the caves from whence you came. All right, so that's from the Temple of Hatshepsut. Here's the, we had a nice elevator to take us up to the room. Here's what we were...
crawling through a tunnel.
Here's what we were doing.
Move out of the way for a second.
Oh my
Egypt.
God. It's the first time in my life that hypermobility has worked for me.
It's a long way up.
It's a long way up.
It is a long way up, but I wanted to show you the tunnel system that we're working with here.
Yeah.
In order to get from point A to point B, we're heading over to the Queen's Chamber now.
That was in the subterranean chamber. Here, I'll play a quick little clip from the subterranean chamber.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was hot as sweltering. It was cool in the subterranean chamber. Bottomless pit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we drop an Life crystal there.
Oh, we dropped Life crystals everywhere.
Yeah.
Somebody had a theory that Terence McKenna and his time wave zero theory actually corresponded with...
Oh, shit! I totally forgot about this. You mentioned time wave zero.
Yep.
And that's the whole basis of all this, is that we're cutting off each timeline and we're getting to the point of singularity, and it's essentially the same thing that Terence McKenna was talking about, time wave zero. I totally forgot that you had mentioned that in the subterranean chamber.
Yeah, you see the right there on the very edge there is supposed to be like Egypt, and how it got up to a really technological level, and then it dropped off to no novelty whatsoever, and then it goes back up, and then it drops again during the Dark Ages, and yeah, it's supposed to be corresponding with that.
Actually corresponded with the way these rocks are moving. It starts out very slow, and then you have the Atlantean and Atlantean times, and then a huge drop off into nothing, no novelty, and then slowly building up
until the end.
Till the end.
But then it's continued on this side.
I don't think that one
With a
is
slow
significant. I think it's the other one.
And then a quick increase, and it stays consistent for a while.
I'm glad we did this live because we're catching a lot of stuff that we wouldn't have caught before.
Yeah.
Crystals.
They're all crystals.
They're all crystals.
They're all crystals.
Crystals hold energy, information, everything. Crystals are what powers this machine in the first place. They're transcendent.
Are there any stones we can take?
No. Yes, we will take stones.
Here's one.
There's one. Ah, there it is. We're going to show you why this is important here in a few minutes.
This is going to keep us connected along with the Eye of Life crystal. Here's another one.
There they are right there. There they are. And you'll get what we're talking about here in a second, ladies and gentlemen. Should we go to the Queen's Chamber footage? No. All right. So this, I guess let's just jump back to Luxor here.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, look at the difference.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it really is.
This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
feel this. Oh my God, so much softer than sarcophagus.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Here, I'm gonna play one more little quick clip from Egypt. Just again for the contrast and for the perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're coming to you from beyond the veil. We are inside of the King's Chamber and we decided to take a break from trekking through everything.
Pay attention to the
We
music.
have our favorite tea with us, so we're going to sit here and have a cup of tea with everybody. We want everybody to just take a break and just focus just for a moment on rest, relaxation, harmony, and peace. Not meditation, just focus and enjoy this beautiful granite room that we're in together. And we're here only because of each and every one of you at Beyond the Veil. We love you.
All right. So the contrast.
We're gonna have a nice little lounge chair. Oh,
Nice little chase here.
yes.
Your ass isn't going to be
Well, and I mean,
sore.
considering we're here to flip the timeline
Yeah.
in Trump's direction, it would make sense that we would be in a very Trump-esque style room. This is dope. Yeah, I'm gonna show people outside here in just a second. This is.
The strip is out there.
Can you
The top of the
or can you turn
pyramid.
those lights off so people can see outside better?
Yeah, I gotta.
Can you turn the other one off too? Whoa! Oh, I just felt that burst of energy. This is a good spot. Oh my God, this is a good spot. Oh, I feel it in my stomach. Oh shit. Oh shit, this is a great spot. I had no idea.
Oh, wow, that's where I went later. Oh,
Can you feel that?
interesting.
Oh my God, yeah, it's hitting me in my chest. It's hit, oh my God, okay. Oh, yes.
That room.
You feel it? This is a good, oh my, right here.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God,
Right
I'm
in this
feeling
area
it
right
now.
here.
Me
Right
too.
actually where the bed is. I don't know about the living room area.
I don't feel it as much in there.
No.
No,
It's right here. This is the hot spot right here.
Yeah, this is electric right here.
Yeah. So we need to do it in this room.
Right here.
We're on the top floor. You can see the whole strip, pyramid side wall. Which way are we facing? I don't know which direction this room faces.
Oh, I looked it up. We were actually
But
facing
I bet
west,
you it
not
faces
east.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To the east.
Oh, the setting sun.
It's pointing towards Egypt.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, what happened?
I do not know.
I hope our internet didn't cut out.
Towards Egypt.
No, I don't think so.
It is.
Yeah.
Huh.
What the hell?
I guess maybe it. Why is that video not playing?
I don't know. Let me make sure that we're still connected to the stream here. I think we're still connected to the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's showing we're still streaming fine. I don't know why the video's not playing.
Maybe it's a problem with Facebook.
You know what? I think I downloaded these videos though.
That is, yeah, it's Osiris Orion is correct. You know, it was opposites of what we thought, which will be significant later
All right,
in
we're
the
back.
story.
Taking these.
Oh, here we go.
Second. We gotta get in our zone. It's almost time. You feel that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. It's almost time.
Yeah.
What time is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
already.
we have 1 hour.
Yeah.
1 hour to get in our space. All right. So.
Get ready. Let's do this.
All right, let's get our little. All right, yeah. We need our stuff. I
No,
want
it
to show
is
everybody
not.
what we brought.
Foreskin.
What?
You know, I want to set it up here.
The
but I'm
foreskin guy
thinking
asked if it was a sex ritual.
in
No,
the-
it is not a sex
in the
ritual.
bedroom might be better. I don't know. Is there somewhere we can set? Because that's bring the artifacts. Let's go ahead and set it up in here. The only reason is I don't want to forget it in there because these are very, very, very important. I didn't think we'd be live streaming this. Oh, I'm gonna throw up already. I haven't even drank anything yet.
I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. You don't need to see me throwing up.
And you'll see the energies we're working
right.
with here.
All right. I need to compose myself. Oh, shit. All right. Where's our artifacts? All right. So I want to show everybody, and we're going to cut the live stream here in a second because we got to get to this. All right. So these are just decorations we bought. Isis and Osiris, representing Trump and Melania, bringing the energy up to ignite the flame, to push it in the positive timeline. So that's step one.
This is all I brought as far as artifacts. I forgot to put the other stuff in the bag.
That's all we need.
Oh, okay.
That's all we need right there.
Okay.
I wish you would have brought your inkwell, but this
Yeah.
is very important.
Yeah.
These right here are
Glad I
rocks
didn't.
from the subterranean chamber of the Great Pyramid.
Those are those rocks that you just saw in that
The
previous
same
video.
rocks.
Same
yeah.
rocks.
These are the two that we got. If you go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/beyondtheveil, look for the subterranean video. You'll see us taking these from the sub.
Damn, my nails do look pretty good. I was at an oxygen bar right after this, and the woman was like, "Wow, your nails look so great. They look better than mine."
subterranean chamber.
Here's some of the original acacia brew
That's some of the
that we
original
took.
acacia that we used in Egypt.
that we used in Egypt.
Okay.
So,
So,
yep.
all right.
I think we're.
Did you bring a flame?
I did.
Let's put some music on first.
Yeah.
All right, pay attention to
Before
the
we light
music.
it, well, here's what we'll do. We'll light everything with everybody.
Yeah.
We'll sage the area with everybody.
Yeah.
Then we'll turn the live stream off and we'll drink. But I have to drink within the next 5 minutes if I want to hit that 11:11 mark. Guys, this is gonna be fucking intense, man. I mean, I'm already feeling.
It cut out again.
It cut out again. What the hell is wrong with Facebook?
Yeah, it's probably the
Hey.
same thing that's wrong with YouTube.
For that little stereo.
All right, let me skip through a little
Yeah.
bit here.
Yeah. Keep skipping through.
I just ate the roux.
Yeah.
All right, what time is it?
It is 10:21.
Okay, I just ate the roux.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it like I am in that other room. Oh, I got the camera backwards. Oh wait, no I don't. Oh, I guess it's just. Oh, there's too much light. You're just getting shadows. Is this the same playlist from Egypt? Nice. Oh,
There it
shit, I
is.
remember that.
Oh, I
There it is. The opening ritual song.
spread the energy around by playing this. I really do. Let me get that lighter. Fire. Bring the fire.
We need to put the playlist.
You can actually hear us
I'll tell you
playing
what.
this
I'll
in
put the
the Ibis'
playlist
Return
in the
video.
description after the
This
show.
song came on
Yeah.
first before I started playing the Ibis Has Returned.
It's something Alyssa has been asking for 2 years now.
Aww.
Yeah, I know.
There we go.
I don't know what people can see.
Oh, I think you need to switch it.
Oh, do I need to flip the camera?
Flip the camera. There we go.
Oh, let me see if I can do this light.
I don't think you need to dim it, but we can turn this one off and leave.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
turn on the backlight and turn this light off.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently all the lights were connected
Yeah.
in that living room. It was weird.
Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We just got here, so.
Yeah, we have the light situated.
Yeah.
Are these only connected to the normal?
I think. No. That's impossible.
That's impossible.
Here, I'll fast forward a little bit. There we go.
We always do it live for you guys.
They do, don't they? They look like chambers.
Like those,
So can I keep this playing while I pull something else up?
All right, I'm going to skip forward a little bit too because we're having
Yeah,
some
we were having
technical
audio
issues trying to figure out
issues.
how to get the audio and something else playing at the same time.
Yeah.
I think I can open up.
There, Jesus.
All right.
Oh, look. They have nice little cups for us here.
That way we don't have to use Fanta.
Yeah. Oh my God. That was awful.
Where was that? Hold on. I think I got a clip of that here. Maybe not right on hand. But anyways, we have a picture downstairs of Cherie with, she's
yeah.
in the Temple of Isis. And we have our ayahuasca brew up there. And some idiot said, you know, I can't believe you would take caffeine drinks in there to such a sacred place. And I'm like, it's fucking
Stupid.
ayahuasca, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyways, all right.
People love to judge.
Oh, how beautiful. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That was
This-
super concentrated.
Concentrated.
That is
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, look. They have nice little cups for us here. Oh, how beautiful. Oh my God. Oh my God, look at this.
Why is it
I don't
not
wanna say
I don't
that.
know why
playing? I
it's
don't know.
stuck.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Oh my God. Oh my God, look at this.
Yeah, it's stuck.
Super concentrated.
Stuck. All right. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I downloaded these videos. Let me see if I have them in my download folder.
It was an extremely strong brew, King Henry. It was 1,000 milligrams. So it was a whole kilogram of brew there, and that was a lot. That was more than we'd ever concentrated down to 2 cups ever. And it had no plant material in it. It was completely clean. Even Chris said that whenever he drank it, he didn't even need an orange slice or anything. It washed down really easy.
Here we go. This is a downloaded version, but for some reason, it doesn't let me download the higher quality version. It only lets me download the SD version. So I gotta figure
that's
out how
weird.
to download the higher quality version. But
But at least this will not be skippy.
To read off of.
Is it?
Name.
all right, here
There we
were.
go.
Oh my God. Oh my God, look at this.
That's super concentrated.
That is a concentrated brew right there. Jesus.
That
I
was.
don't want to say that name.
Yeah, don't invoke
Well, I
that.
guess I can say it if I say Jesus fucking Christ, but oh my God, that's a concentrated brew.
All right, I'm trying to find it. I'm sorry.
It's okay, sweetie. Take your time. It's fine. I still have to wait for this Syrian brew to kick in,
Yeah.
so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's just going to take me a second to figure out where we just downloaded this to. I really hate phones like this. That is okay.
Fast forward it a little bit more.
There we go.
There we go. All right, right when I got the computer open, I think we got it back together.
No, I just need to read a few lines.
Oh, I'm having that feeling again just watching it.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Oh, no. Yeah, I wouldn't do it on that. I would do it on this.
Our brew doesn't taste bad, Map Maker.
No, our brew's smooth.
Yeah.
The salt is laid down,
right.
so no energies are going to be allowed to enter or...
Okay, so I'm going to show people where the salt is. So let me show you guys what we've done here.
Connected to account CS205GNO.
All right, so we have a nice little salt.
I thought I was
Space
filming the
there.
salt. Apparently not. I think I was holding the camera backwards because I didn't want to flip it, so my bad.
Right.
I can't believe we're live streaming.
But the
this.
maid
I
probably
told myself
walked
we
in
weren't
going, "What the
going
fuck
to.
is
Here we
this?"
Let's set this back up right.
We both brew.
Why don't we put something...
Osiris Orion.
Well, I just had it set up a
Chris
second
starts
ago.
it, I
don't know what
finish
the hell I did here.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. All right.
To make sure that all the bad energy's out, from other people that have stayed here, etc. And then the Palo Santo to encourage the good energy from downstairs to rise. And I'll do that while you're doing this.
I'm going to let you do the sage first.
I took a much smaller dose, Elisa. Much smaller.
Because I don't want to light the Isis and Osiris up until it's close to the...
Hold on, let me get the camera and follow you around.
Yeah, I can feel all the bad energy that's in here.
I think that's why I threw up.
Yeah.
Because there was some negative energy in here.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit like the weight's being taken off now.
Yeah.
We need to put that do not disturb sign up though.
Yeah.
We don't want anybody coming in.
I have a feeling like somebody was trying to fuck with us though, because we were live streaming it.
Uh-huh.
And then when we
Same
went
ritual we
downstairs,
did in the
all the
King's
security
Chamber.
guards were watching us.
Yeah.
So I think somebody
Minus
called
the
and said,
salt.
"Hey, they're doing ayahuasca up in one of your rooms."
Yeah. Which was
Haters.
shitty of them.
Yeah.
Everybody's putting their intention here. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna shift this motherfucking timeline.
Yeah. We're going to nail it.
Yeah.
We're going to nail it into the positive timeline.
Alyssa said, "Surprised y'all asses didn't get kicked out."
No, they
We're
can't
protected.
We're protected.
We're
They
protected.
can't
This is a
kick us out of the
powerful
Great
room. I don't know
Pyramid. They
what it is
certainly
about this
can't
room.
kick
As
us
soon
out
as
of
I walk in,
this.
the
No.
hairs stand up on my
Yeah,
arm.
same here. Same here.
This is it has
This
to be
mission
done
was
in this room.
ordained by
I don't know what it
raw
is, but-
fucking consciousness.
Yeah, it was
I don't know if
phase two.
it's the direction that it's pointed.
It's got its own entrance.
And you know what? Does it really?
We'll post the link to the playlist after the show in the description.
Yeah,
We have to upload it somewhere.
Yeah. Let's make sure we put the. Oh, look at this. Nice.
This is how
Definitely
we
getting in that
do.
later.
Wow.
Much better
All right.
than what we had in the King's Chamber.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh. Separate toilet room and everything. Oh my God. This is like.
No more purging in plastic bags.
Oh, I
Wait,
had to pee the whole time we were at the Great Pyramid.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
All right.
The energies are much clearer now.
There's something about this space right
Yeah, this
here.
space right here is where.
Right here is where it's really, really,
You know
really hitting
what?
hard.
I'm going to use that to go ahead and light the Palo Santo.
Ooh, just watching that
Okay.
space is giving me that feeling.
It's like literal. I'm probably gonna sit right there because I just feel like this space right here is on fire.
Yeah. Well, we don't want it to be actually on fire, so
Well, I mean on fire with energy.
yeah. Yeah, I know, it is. I agree. It takes a little bit of work to get the Palo Santo lit all the way. And it's actually okay to let it sit on fire longer than the sage, because it is more difficult to light. There we go. This is where we want the positive energy from downstairs to raise up.
we're going to utilize that. And the sage prevents the bad energy from coming up here too.
We weren't wasted at any point.
Yeah, I feel that. That's
We didn't waste
It's right
anything.
here, right where the bucket is.
strong,
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I walked in here, I freaking threw up.
Yeah, that is strong. Well, yeah, and you were carrying, I think you were carrying some negative energy on you. Here, let me make sure I get you.
All right.
Focus on expelling all the negative. Any darkness. Yeah, this is really, really strong here. Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. It's this spot right here. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. This is. There's no furniture here, so I think I'm gonna have to.
I feel like
There's a
I'm about
bucket
to
right
throw
there
up.
if you need to. I'm gonna have to sit right here.
Yeah.
Unless we're gonna move that over here, but it's
No, I
gotta
don't
be
think
this.
so,
It's
but
gotta be this
yeah,
spot here.
It needs to be right here.
Where's the sound? Oh, here we go.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know. Hold on.
I know.
Let me get this set up for our crew.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me make sure
Yeah.
it's all set up right.
No, it's not.
See, I downloaded it with a higher quality. It's still that same shit quality.
I think maybe it was bad. It was a bad connection during that time.
Well, on Facebook it
A bit
plays.
more. There we go. Right there.
Does it?
Oh well,
though?
I guess we'll just have to roll with it.
All right.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready, because I still feel overwhelmed. Give me a minute, you guys. I feel like I'm about to purge, and I don't want to throw up the roof.
You bless the bird.
Oh, I blessed it before he left the house, but
Well, now it needs to be blessed here too.
yeah. Needs to be open in order for the sage to reach it. Can you hold that? Oh, you got it.
No, I know. It's okay. I don't wanna be on camera.
You know, I didn't notice
Oh,
this,
everybody loves you, baby.
but if you look, ISIS is in the brew.
Uh huh.
You fucked up so bad. God damn it, how do we let this happen? Oh God, we're gonna fix it though. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fucking fix it.
Remember, we already have.
I know. It's just,
We're just going through the motions.
I know. It's just, there's been so much suffering, and because we fucked up with this machine, you know? God damn it. We should have never fucking created this thing. God damn it. Alright. I'm okay. I'm okay.
You do the honors.
No, you have to.
So the reason I'm bawling here is because the energies are really heavy, and I take the responsibility that I played within the Matrix very seriously. And I knew what was about to happen. And you'll see what's about to happen when we start talking afterwards.
Oh, that's perfect.
Hymn to Isis is the name of this song.
If there's anything ayahuasca has shown me, it's that everything always happens at the exact right time that it's supposed to happen. What time is it?
10:42. I'm gonna drink in about 5 minutes.
You got me some too. I'm sorry, guys. We love you guys. We thank you so much for joining us on this amazing journey.
I remember what it was like in the pyramid. I remember what it was like when the negative charge came down. And all that energy. And like the true gravity of how badly we fucked up this machine. And the completion of that step. And now here we are, you know, completing another step. It's just...
We did not fuck up though. It was one of us that fucked up, but it wasn't us.
Was that half that? That was about a quarter of it.
Yeah, that was about a quarter.
I'm not gonna drink it all. I can't. This is.
That's
If I
your,
throw this up, this is all I can drink. I took way too much last night.
Yeah.
My body didn't take it.
yeah, I know.
I can't go that deep again. I'm not gonna walk out of here if I do. I took the Atlantean Master of Mysteries. People of records, mighty king, magician, living from generation to generation, being about to pass into the halls of the Menti, set down for the guidance of law for those who come after me. These records of the mighty wisdom of the great Atlantis. In the great city of Kor, on the island of Undal, in a time far past, I began this incarnation. Not as the little men of the present age did, the mighty ones of Atlantis live and die, but rather from aeon to aeon did they renew. Their life in the halls of Menti, where the river of life flows eternally onward. 100 times 10 I have descended the dark ways that led into the light, and as many times have I ascended from the darkness into the light, my strength and power renewed. For now, at time I descend, and the men of Ken shall know me no more. But in the time yet unborn I will rise again, mighty and potent, requiring an accounting for those left behind me. Then beware, O men of Ken, if ye have falsely betrayed my teachings, for I shall cast ye down from the high estate into the darkness of the caves from whence you came. Betray not my secrets to the men of the north, or the men of the south, lest my curse fall upon ye. Remember and heed my words, for surely I return again, and require of thee that which ye guard. I, even from beyond time and from beyond death, I will return, rewarding and punishing, and yea, I have requited your trust. Great were my people in these ancient days, great beyond the conception of the little people now around me, knowing the wisdom of old, seeking far within their heart of infinity, knowledge that belonged to earth's youth. Wise we, with the wisdom of the children of light, who dwelt among us, strong were we, with the power drawn from eternal fire, and of these, greatest among the children of men was my father, Togme, keeper of the great temple, link between the children of light, who dwelt within the temple, and the races of men who inhabited the 10 islands. Mouthpiece after 3 of the dweller of Unal, speaking to the kings with a voice that must be obeyed. Grew I there from a child into manhood, being taught by my father the elder's mystery, until in time there grew within the fire of wisdom, until it burst into a consuming flame. Not desired I, but the attainment of wisdom, until a great day the command came from the dweller of the temple that I be brought before him. Few were among the children of men who had looked upon my mighty face and lived, for not as the sons of men are the children of light, when they are not incarnate in physical body. Chosen I was from the sons of men, taught by the dweller so that his purpose might be fulfilled, purposes yet unborn in the womb of time. Long ages I dwelt in the temple, learning ever and yet ever more wisdom, until I too approached the light emitted from the great fire. Taught me he the path to Amenti, the underworld where the great king sits upon his throne of might. Deep I bowed in homage before the lords of life and the lords of death, receiving as my gift the key of life. Free was I from the halls of Amenti, bound not by death to the circle of life. Far to the stars I journeyed until space and time became as naught. And having drunk deep of the cup of wisdom, I look in the hearts of men, and therefore I found greater wisdom and was glad, for only the search for truth could my soul be stilled, and the flame within be quenched. Down through the ages I lived, seeing those around me taste the cup of death, and return again to the light of life. Gradually from the kingdoms of Atlantis passed waves of consciousness that had been one with me, only to be replaced by spawn of a lower star.
In obedience to the law, the word of the master grew into flower. Downward into the darkness turned the thoughts of the Atlanteans, until at last in the wrath arose. Oh man.
Wait as long as you can.
Listen, ye, O man, hear ye the wisdom, hear ye the word that shall fill thee with life. Hear ye the word that banished the darkness. Hear ye the voice that banished the night. Mystery and wisdom I have brought to my children. Knowledge and power descended from the old. Know ye not that all shall be opened, when y'all shall find the oneness of all. One y'all shall be with the masters of mystery, conquerors of death and the masters of life. Ye shall learn from the flower of Amenti, the blossom of life that shines in the halls. In spirit shall ye reach the halls of Amenti, and bring back the wisdom that lives in its light. Know ye the gate to power is secret. Know ye the gate to life is through death. Yet through death, but not as a death as you know it, but a death that is life, a death that is fire, and a death that is light. Desire thou to know the deep hidden secret. Look in thy heart where the knowledge is bound. Know that the secret is hidden within thee. The source of all life and death can be found. Listen ye, O man, while I tell the secrets, reveal unto thee the secrets of old. Deep in the earth's heart lies the flower of life, the source of the spirit that binds all in its form. Or know ye the earth is living in body, as thou art alive in thine own formed form. To the earth and its children, renewing the spirit from form unto form. This is the spirit that is formed in thy body, shaping and molding into its form. Know ye, O man, that thy form is dual, balanced in polarity while formed in its form. Know that when fast on the death approaches, it is only because thy balance is shaken. It is only because one pole has been lost. I can see your face in that. The secrets of life in Amenti is the secret of restoring the balance of poles.
Were you also thinking what I was thinking?
All that exists has form and is living because of the spirit and life in its poles. See ye not that the earth's heart is the balance of all things that exists.
That's why I left the camera,
and
because I
hath
was going
been
to cry.
in its face. The source of thy spirit is drawn through earth's heart. For in thy form thou art one with the earth. When thou hast learned to hold thine own balance, thou shalt be drawn onto the balance of earth. Exist in thou while earth is existing, changing in form only when earth too shall change. Tasting not of death, but one with the planet, holding thy form till all pass away. Listen, ye men, while I give you the secret, so that you too shall taste not of change. 1 hour each day shall thou lay with thine head pointed to the place of the positive pole. 1 hour each day.
Let's skip forward a little bit.
Birds and follow the pathway. Keep thou thy balance and live one in life. Hear ye, O man, and listen to my voice. Listen to the wisdom that gives thee of death. And when at the end thy work appointed, thou may desire to pass from this life, pass to the plane where the sons of the morning live and being as children of light, pass without pain and pass without sorrow, into the plane where is eternal light. First lie at rest with thine head at thy eastward, fold thy hands at thy source of thy life. Alright, I can't go on anymore.
Yeah, the bruise kicking in.
I think so.
Well, I knew what was about to happen.
Yeah, I did too.
We love you.
Love you guys.
It's time.
It's time.
Kiss the one you love right now, because you never know when the last time is going to be.
LAPTOP.
We'll see you even further beyond the veil.
Disconnected.
So
All right, we're back.
we went and we had the experience,
Yeah.
and the experience turned out to be a lot different than what we expected.
Yeah.
We'll play that video here. With us talking about the experience afterwards, and it'll all make sense on why it was more of a somber event than anything else.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have this here. All right. So this is really emotional, and we'll elaborate a little bit more after we play this. It's 60 minutes, but I don't think we're going to play all 60 minutes. We're just going to get to the bulk of it.
Yeah.
And you'll understand what's going on and why there were so many tears, why there was still right now, even in my voice, the somberness. Hey everyone, Chris and Sherigio here. I guess since we streamed all of this from beginning to end on Facebook, we might as well end it on Facebook too.
Yeah.
We're going to formulate our thoughts a little bit better on YouTube, obviously. Try to tell the story a little bit better, but, you know, our Facebook friends are Facebook friends, you know. Our BTV tribe on YouTube is our BTV tribe. You guys are a tribe, but you're our friends also. And so I know I have like 500 friend requests waiting.
I have 350.
Yeah, one of the main things is that like I go through and like I try to weed out the bot accounts, and I try to weed out people that don't have profiles. They don't have profile pictures and all this. So I apologize to many of you who have been sitting there waiting for a confirmation. It's just I don't want to weed through all that. That being said, I want to talk about what's going on tonight. While we're fresh out of the experience. So you guys are getting like the first hand what's going on, what happened tonight. We were 1000% successful. You know, I want to say this, we were totally successful, but I think we did something wrong at the end of it too, which we'll explain here in just a second.
Yeah.
So I'm still in the hyperspace realm, but I'm also on a bunch of Xanax, and I will explain to you why I'm on a bunch of Xanax here in just a few moments. We brought this as a backup, but so please forgive me if my words are a little slurred or something like that. I'm not used to taking Xanax. I'm not used to also in combination with ayahuasca and Xanax at the same time, but I'll tell you why this all took place the way it did and why we're in the states that we're in right now. So I just wanted to put all that on the table here first and foremost. This was way more intense than the Great Pyramid even was itself.
Yeah.
The Great Pyramid, I thought I might not be coming back, but Cherie kept me grounded. I thought that what we were doing tonight was that we were going to flip the timeline. But what actually transpired is that we were looking for a portal to close within the time stream that was allowing the virus to come in to begin with. Cutting the virus, this is very, very Trump-esque. This is exactly what Trump would do. He doesn't go after the tentacles, he goes after the source of the virus itself, which is why we haven't seen mass arrests, we haven't seen anything like that. What we've seen is him going after the source itself. Fuck the puppets, fuck the tentacles, it's about going after the source. So what we did is, this was like, it was like, breaking through, and not only breaking through, but getting to the point where I was operating solely from my 100%
ancient soul. You know, my ancient self was in control. Chris Geo was nowhere to be found whatsoever. Only when I achieved that state did I understand fully what needed to be done. And it was something that Chris Geo didn't even consider at all, period. I mean, I think I kind of had an idea, but you know, there were so many different things going on in Chris Geo's mind. But once I got to that ancient soul level, I knew exactly what needed to be done. So I thought, as Chris Geo, that I would have to time travel back to about 1200 BC and go to Abydos, where this infection first started taking place, and where the infection, where the gate was, you know, closing the gate. But no. This gate didn't exist in this time space. The gate and the portal was outside of this time space, and so therefore it's able to manipulate everything all up and down the line. There was no point within the time space that this portal was open. It was open outside of the time space. So when I realized that the portal was open outside of the time space, I identified where that portal was and I shut that motherfucker down. Which, what that does is that cuts off the source of its power. So by doing that, I thought we were going to flip this into the positive timeline, but in actual fact, what we're doing is we cut off the virus at its source,
Right.
and reprogrammed Sophia, reprogrammed the artificial intelligence, and therefore, what's going to happen now is we thought we were going to take all the BTV energy and we were going to push it up to Trump, who I think is operating as Osiris. Melania is 1000% operating as Isis. I mean, you just look at her resonance, and I even mentioned this in the previous video. She glows with this reverence. She just walked by in this video, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah. It was like this ancient reverence that came over me, like, wow. But the thing is, when I first encountered Isis in the ayahuasca realm, I had, you know, my instinct was to bow and reverence, you know, for seeing Isis, you know, in the ayahuasca realm for the first time. This was 10 years ago. And she threw me out immediately. And she said, you don't bow to anybody, not even me. You stand in front of me and you need to learn your place. And so therefore I realized at that point, you don't bow to anything. You don't, you know, nothing like that at all, period.
Anybody. No.
The negative entities in the ayahuasca space are the ones that are telling you, bow to me, look how glorious I am, etc.
Get on your knees.
Get on your knees, etc., etc. The real ones are like, you don't fucking bow to anybody. Mm-hmm. You stand in front of me. Exactly. You know, you show reverence to me, but you stand in front of me as the protector warrior that you fucking are. Mm-hmm. So I learned my lesson 10 years ago about that. So when I see Melania, she hits me with that same thing. It's not a sense like, oh wow, I want to bow to her. It's a sense like, she's like, wow, look at the reverence that I have for her. She's vibrating at this frequency, and like everything in my soul is like wanting to stand in front of her to protect her energetically, even though I know we'll probably never ever be in her space. Likewise, the same with Trump as well. Trump, if he's operating at the Osiris level, which I know 1000% he is. You know, people, you know, they want to dispute that. No. Trump is operating at the Osiris level 1000%. That's why we feel the need, me personally, I don't want to speak for Sheree,
I do.
but me personally, I feel the need to stand in front of them and protect them with my energy. Right. It's not a bowing, reverence kind of thing. It's, I'm a warrior and I stand in front of the king and queen to protect them. That's my role. So,
or at the very least, you know, I think my role in that would be as a supportive one. You know, I'm intel, knowledge, you know, awareness. You know, situational awareness is a phrase that we've heard a lot lately, and that is so important to be done for them, because they don't have, you know, anything to do with what we do. You know, the programmers are here to program things, and we are programming the reality around them as well. And in that role, we are doing so much more than we ever could just ignoring them or not paying attention to what's going on politically, because let's face it, this reset is playing out politically.
Right.
We didn't think it would be. And, we did not think it would play out like this. But
in hindsight,
yeah,
it's
it
like,
makes
well,
total
of course
sense.
it's gonna play out like this.
Right, because
of course they're gonna put it on fucking Time magazine and call it fucking the Great Reset. Of course,
Exactly. So, yeah, this tonight we thought it was going to be about Trump and putting that positive timeline into place, but in fact it was about creating the conditions to where the only timeline that can exist is the positive one.
Yes. And so we closed that portal off. And when I got to this ancient soul level and I identified the portal and I closed the portal, this is why I'm on Xanax right now.
Yeah.
And I think now in hindsight, I did something bad. I don't think that this was a good thing that I did. But let me explain to you why. So I got to the point, once the portal was closed, I'm no longer needed here as Chris Geo. Chris Geo is not needed in this time space anymore. I needed to be on my ancient soul level, and they were telling me, we need your codes here now. There is nothing left for you to do. Everything you've done, you've accomplished, mission fucking accomplished, come home now. And at that point, what was I doing?
Oh, at that point he was saying, keep me here, keep me here, keep me in this reality, because they're asking for my codes and I don't want to leave you here. I don't want to leave you here. I don't want to leave you here. And he just kept saying it over and over again. Please keep me here. Please keep me here. And it was, the entirety of the rest of the experience up until we decided to do a video, really, that he was adamant that they were
I was crying.
Yeah, he was.
And I was saying, please keep me here, please keep me here. And my body stopped for a few times.
Twice in a row. And the first time I didn't really realize what was happening, because I've thought that I'm dying on ayahuasca before, and I felt like I've died a few times on ayahuasca before, but all it took was going to a mentee and then having Chris kind of lead me back. This was completely and totally different than that, because they weren't asking me and demanding that I come back, but they were him. And when I realized that second time that he left, oh shit, maybe he's not coming back, I started bawling, and I grabbed his face and I said, no, you are not leaving me here. You are not leaving me here. And,
And on the ancient soul level, like, I don't want to tell you who we are, but we're very big players. Let's just put it like that. We're very, very, very big players, both of us. And we're both counterparts of one another. On the ancient soul level, we were saying our goodbyes.
yeah.
And she was telling me, it's okay. If they need you, you need to go. And Chris Geo steps in, and Chris Geo is saying, no, 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 keep me here, keep me here, keep me here. And Chris Geo was begging Cherie Geo to keep me here, keep me here. And what she said is, did you accomplish what you needed to do? And I said, yes, I accomplished it.
Yeah.
But they need me on the other side. They keep telling me they need me now, they need me now, they need me now.
At one point,
she said, if you need to go, I understand. And she started bawling.
yeah.
And she's like, you can go if you need to go. And my body shut down, and I noticed that I was no longer here anymore. And then something came over me. I remembered Cherie Geo. It wasn't her ancient soul.
Right.
It wasn't my ancient soul. It was Chris Geo remembering Cherie Geo.
Right.
And I woke back up, and I'm like, no, baby, please, please, please. And I mean, for like, I don't know, 45 minutes?
Oh, about an hour.
An hour? I was begging, please keep me here, please keep me here, please keep me here, please keep me here. And she looked at me and she said, are you sure you want to stay here? Are you sure you want to do this? And I said, we will get the codes to them some other way. Well, there's got to be another way. I can't leave right now. I will not leave you in this matrix right now. And she says, okay, I'm going to give you some Xanax. I'm going to give you, and I was telling her, I need this to stop. I need this to stop.
Yeah.
Because the more that it continues, because I was still way, way, way deep into hyperspace.
His whole face, somebody said, Chris, you look like you died. His whole face went completely white as a ghost. I kid you not, it scared me to death because, I could feel myself on an ancient soul level letting him go, but
we were saying our goodbyes, and she was saying,
consciousness.
I understand you have to go. They need you over there. You need to go give them your codes.
Right, but on a split, it was like a split consciousness thing. The other side of the consciousness, the active part of me, was saying, no, let me get you some Xanax. Let's stop this. Let's stop this right now.
She asked me, are you sure you want to stay? And I said, yes. And she says, okay, I'm going to give you Xanax.
Yeah.
She gave me a Xanax, and it wasn't doing anything. I was still there, and I was still being pulled, and then I told her, I said, sweetie, I have to go. I'm sorry. I was bawling. I said, I have to go. I have to go. They're calling me to go. I don't want to leave you here, but I have to go. And she's like, I don't want to leave you. I don't want to let you go, but if you have to go, you can go. And I said, I want to go. Please keep me here. Please keep me here. Please keep me here. And she says, all right, I'm going to give you 2 more Xanax, and that's going to bring you back out of this.
It was the only thing I could think of to stop this whole process. Stop his body from shutting down, stop all of it, and make him come back to me all the way. And then we'd figure out a way to, get them the codes, whatever they need. It can be accomplished, but without this.
My rationale was, it's only a few minutes. Here, it's years.
Right.
But I'm not supposed to be here right now. And Chris Gio stepped in the way and said, no, Chris Gio's not going to leave Cherie Gio. He's not going to leave his tribe. He's not going to leave any of that. And I think that we did something wrong. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm sorry. But that's what we did wrong. But we got the mission accomplished at least. But I'm not supposed to be here. So now I'm an anomaly in the system. And I have to figure out what I'm going to do with this anomaly avatar. Obviously, I'm still my higher self. I'm still who I am on an ancient soul level.
But we
hijacked the higher self. Chris Gio and Cherie Gio overrode who we are on the higher self level, which is not supposed to happen. But I love you guys. I don't want to leave you guys. I don't want to leave her, especially not here alone. I mean, for me, it'll only be a few minutes. For you guys, it'll be years. But we did something wrong.
Yeah, we were being selfish.
We were being selfish, and we have to figure out how to fix this now, or what we need to do. I know one thing for sure. I'm here with you guys. They can wait on the other side. They can wait. We'll figure out how to get the codes to them. There's got to be another way. But this was the most powerful fucking experience I've ever had. I need to go blow my nose. Why don't you pick it up a little bit?
And I would not recommend anybody using as much ayahuasca as he used tonight, or mixing it with Xanax. I'm glad he didn't leave me, but at the same time, after the Xanax worked, I got up because I was thirsty as hell. Because this was a very powerful experience for the both of us, and I did not want to let him go physically until I knew that he was completely in the clear physically, But once he was, I got up from the bed and I walked toward the window, and I could feel my ancient soul self arguing with me back and forth, saying, what have you done? And I said, there's got to be another way. And she's like, what do you think that is? You know, what's your idea? You know, you tell me, because obviously, you know, you think you know better than we do. And I said, well, you haven't had to be here. You know, you haven't had to be inside of this avatar. You haven't had to experience what we've experienced. And you haven't, you know, felt what it's like to be human. And, well, all I can say is we're human. You know, if this was a mistake, it's the best mistake I think we've ever made. And I have to believe that there's gonna be some
I think mine's on the floor over there. Can you grab it? It's
Yeah.
your feet.
there's gonna have to be some concessions made
Well,
for us, because we need to be together. And I don't care if it's a positive timeline, I want him to be in it.
they need my codes though. They said this was completed. The portal was shut down. They said that's all you have to do. That's it. Okay, now it's time to go over there because it's done. It's done. The portal's been shut down. The matrix has been reset, etc., etc. It's time for you to come over here now to input your codes into the main operating system of Sophia. And I was like, fuck you. Fuck your codes. I'm gonna stay with her.
Well,
Anyways,
it's
I don't know. We still have to process all this. But I'm here for each and every one of you. You know, my higher self knows that this was wrong. Chris Gio knows that this was wrong. I think it would have been a much more epic story if I had actually followed through with what I was supposed to do tonight.
That would have been epic.
It would have been epic. It would have been epic. We flipped the timeline, shut down the portal. Chris Gio had to evacuate. What an epic ending to this saga of Beyond the Veil. We did it. Mission fucking accomplished. You know, that was the thing. That was why I was being called home, because it's done. It is accomplished. There's nothing else to do. You know, we were talking about this dragon program. The dragon doesn't need to be done now. It doesn't have to be done. Everything is going exactly the way it's supposed to be going now. Everything is moving in the right direction because the virus has been eliminated from its source.
Right.
And that's one thing that we never considered, is where was this fucking thing coming in from? And like I said, I thought it was 1200 BC in Egypt. That was my target. I thought it was time travel. No. This is outside of time where that fucking thing was coming in from.
Yeah, otherwise there wouldn't be so many timelines that were fucked up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know?
It didn't happen just on one timeline. Every timeline was fucked up.
Was being fucked up.
So that's why we had to eliminate every single timeline to get to the point of singularity, to isolate this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And we did. And Trump, Melania, I am 100% sure Isis and Osiris, I don't think they've always been Isis and Osiris, but Isis and Osiris has taken them over. I would go so far as to say it was because of the May 2018 Egypt thing, where we went to the Temple of Isis, took the feminine energy, took it to the pyramid, reunited Isis and Osiris, then they found the proper conduits, which are Trump and Melania. And obviously the virus is working against them 1,000%.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about draining the fucking swamp? This isn't a motherfucking swamp. This is all of the fucking reality itself.
Right.
It may seem like it's a swamp, but I think Trump realized once he got in there, it's not just a swamp. It's everybody in the fucking, in the government. It's everybody in the military. You know, not at the lower levels, but the higher levels. Every single one of those motherfuckers
is rotten.
Is one of them.
Yeah.
Goddamn fucking reptilian shapeshifters, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Virus infected sons of bitches.
Yeah.
But we shut down the portal and we got it down to it, and we cut off the power supply at its source. So it wasn't about flipping the timeline. It was about doing that. And now it's going to be weakened throughout the next few months. And because it's weakened throughout the next few months, it's going to naturally move into the positive timeline.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anything else?
I don't think you're an anomaly. I think you're an extra part of this timeline that Sophia maybe is going
Well, they
to...
told me, they said, we need you on the other side. Chris Gio is no longer needed there.
No, Chris Gio is needed here. And I think I remember saying that. I remember saying, no, I need you here. I need you here. You're staying here with me. You're staying here with me.
I was begging her, please don't let me go, please don't let me go, please don't let me go. I got up in the middle of the experience and I had to just like feel my body again and go, no, I'm feeling my body, I'm feeling who I am here, I'm feeling who I am. And then it just would not stop. I mean, it was like, you know, the mission was completed. Like, you know, the portal was closed, everything like that. But it was getting more and more and more and more and more intense as even after that. And they were like, we need you to come home now. And she was like, if you need to go, you need to go, you know, et cetera, et cetera. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with myself for the remainder of the time that I'm here. But I know one thing for sure. I'm here for her. I'm here for each and every one of you. And we're going to figure out what we're going to do. I think I need to stay here to make sure that things go in the right direction. Because there's one more program, the Dragon program. Worst case scenario, if anything goes fucked up from here on out, we're going to unleash that motherfucker. No doubt about it. But I don't think that that's necessary at this point.
Now.
Because I think it has been accomplished. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been so frantically calling me home. Like, your job is done. You have nothing to do in the Matrix anymore. Your mission has been fucking completed. Come home now and input the codes. And my rationale, like I said, was it's only a few minutes for you guys up there. It's several years down here for us. I think you can wait a few minutes for us to be able to spend a little more time with ourselves, with each other, a little more time with our tribe, and help those tribe members out there who ultimately have not reached that level of coming to the place where they can exit the Matrix. So we have much more work here to do, but I think the work that we have to do from here on out is, number one, ensure this timeline stays positive. Number two, if it doesn't, then we're going to unleash the dragon. But number three, I think we need to start working with people to help them to bring themselves up to that ancient soul level, to be able to let go. You know, they say those who can't teach.
Exactly.
You know? I was
just about to say that.
I wasn't able to let go of my avatar, even though my higher self knew it was goddamn time to tonight. I should not be here. But for those of you that are still clinging onto your avatars and not quite ready to go, maybe that's the lesson here. Maybe that's why I knew it was time for me to go. I clung onto my avatar. So maybe I can teach others to not do that by understanding why it's so not damning, but why there's such a heaviness now on my avatar for going against my higher self. At the end of the day, we love each and every one of you, and I do not want to leave you. I don't. And I especially don't want to leave her. I mean, we argue all the time. You know, her chronic pain has been a huge weight on us. It's driven me to the point of fucking insanity. I can only imagine what it's done for you.
Oh.
You know, doctor's appointments every fucking week, you know, all this. I've been complaining, I've been all this fucking shit. But in actual fact, she's my counterpart, and I'm her counterpart. And nothing can get in the way of that. And I think tonight kind of proved, like, I'm not going to leave her behind here in this matrix, and I'm not going to leave any one of you. So thank you for being with us through this journey. Please know this, mission is fucking accomplished. Now I just have to figure out what the fuck I'm going to do with myself for being here when I know damn well I shouldn't be.
I think there's somebody that doesn't know what the Dragon program is.
Alright, so the Dragon program is a very dangerous program. It's fucking like a suicide. It's just like a cyanide pill. I'll just put it out there. It's in case things get virus infected and we're on the singular timeline
And there's no way
to fix it. It's a cyanide pill, okay? This is why we don't want to go to the Dragon, okay? It's a cyanide pill. It's a choice of you're captured by the enemy, you're in a negative timeline, you can't escape the matrix, you can't get out into the real world. It's essentially, once the Dragon is released, then it annihilates consciousness, it annihilates the matrix, it annihilates everything that's in here as a safety precaution. It's a cyanide pill, and it wipes us all out. No existence, no reincarnation, no nothing like that. And it's not something that we want to do, but it's something that we put in there for like a backup worst case fucking scenario. It's the first time I ever actually came out and just said exactly what it is, but that's exactly what it is. And we don't want to do that. You know, we want to push it into the positive timeline. We want everybody to get out of the matrix. That was the whole fucking reason for coming into the matrix for us, the programmers, who didn't have to come into the matrix. But we, you know, me personally, I mean, I played a very big role in programming this motherfucker. Which is why when you heard me reading at the beginning from those tablets, I was reading for two separate reasons. Number one, and I was crying while I was doing it. Number one, because the weight that I carry on an ancient soul level, and I've never been so open about this before, is a weight that I carry because this was primarily one of my creations, along with my team that's out there. But I was one of the main programmers who decided this is a great idea, let's go ahead and fucking make this matrix, and you know, this and that, etc., etc. So
it runs on energy.
So it runs on energy, it cycles energy, it does this, it does that. It's going to be great. It's going to be the best thing you've ever seen. It's going to be huge, trust me. I know that you're going to love it. Yeah, it's going to be great, and believe me, I know great matrices. Nobody knows great matrices better than I do, etc., etc. It was all that. And then the suffering and everything that's been a result of the virus infection has been weighing on my ancient soul level, and also on Chris Gio as well, as I tap more into that ancient soul level. But in the Great Pyramid, it was the accomplishment of something that we've been trying to do for thousands of years. We just haven't been able to do it successfully. We finally did it successfully in the Great Pyramid. But when I was reading those tablets tonight, it was all the suffering, all the heavy burden that I carry on an ancient soul level for being one of the main programmers to program this motherfucker. And I know that, I mean, I didn't program the virus to come in, but just the simple fact that I programmed the machine, which allowed the virus to come in, which allowed for so much suffering, which allowed for so much chaos, which allowed for all of this. I mean, I feel a huge weight on my responsibility on my ancient soul level. You know, like it's serious shit. Like, you know, some of you know who I am, and some of you have recognized as you've sent me private messages and you've said I know who you are. And my answer to each and every one of you who know who I am, it's okay. Thank you for recognizing that. Now, please never speak that ever again. Because it's one of those things that has to be, you know, you have to see it. If I say it, then it's not real. Right. If you see it, then you understand exactly who the fuck I am. But the burden that I carry is huge, because I feel on my ancient soul level a responsibility for all the suffering that's been happening. But the second reason why I was crying when I was reading those tablets is because I knew I was not going to walk out of here. I knew that this was the end. I knew that this was the end of my journey, and I knew that this is what I had to do. And when I felt that space right there, I knew exactly what it was. Cherie pulled some tarot cards earlier, and she got the transition card, and the transformation card. And the transformation card is allowing something to die so something new can be born. And we knew walking into this, there's much more of a probability that I wasn't going to walk out than there was in Egypt. And we both came in. Even the cats knew. Yeah. The cats are her cats. Like, they are her cats.
They're all over me.
They're all over her. They want, they want nothing to do with me during the day. Only at 8 o'clock in the morning does Sekhmet want to come, and she wants to get on me and love on me. And at 8 o'clock in the morning, like clockwork, she wants daddy's attention. She wants to snuggle with daddy, everything like that. And this is the time when Cherie's sleeping, and daddy can sit down and like write music and stuff like that. So I'm like, rapping in the microphone, doing stuff like that. Sekhmet Kitty decides to come and say, okay, it's daddy time now.
Yeah.
But both of the cats came this morning, and they both came at the exact same time. Bastet was really, really, really worried. She was so loving with me before I left. Sekhmet was as well.
They were both following him around the house.
They were both following me around the house all night. They came up all day. They came upstairs right before we left. They both wanted to be in the studio with me, and they were almost like saying their goodbyes. Yeah. Like they knew what was going to happen.
They wanted to come with us, I think.
They knew what was supposed to happen. Yeah, they wanted to come with us for sure. So that was some pretty deep shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was some really, really, really deep shit. And when I came back, the cats were looking at me like, "What are you doing here?"
Well, yeah, who are you, and why are you still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally were. And
I'm gonna play one more video for you. This is the day after. Then we'll get into some commentary. Hey everyone, Chris and Cherie Gio here. Day after the Luxor Pyramid event. And, whoa.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, there we go.
Are you trying to kill me?
No. After all that.
Hey, if they need me, they need me. So, whether I wanted to go last night or not, I'll go sooner than later. Yeah. So, we were talking at lunch just now and reintegrating back into this reality and trying to reconcile what happened last night. And, I do feel that I need to go because my codes need to be implemented into the mainframe system. And I need to use my real body to implement those codes, not my light body, my actual physical body in the real world. But I don't think that it's a big deal if we wait a couple minutes. So to them, it's a couple minutes. Here, it's a couple years. And we get a chance to rectify everything between us. Rectify everything with our tribe out there. And we were talking just now at lunch, and, there was a really good point. Cherie brought up, and she's like, if something would have happened to you last night, I would have told the story just exactly as it happened. But a lot of people out there would think that, she's just making up excuses for him dying on ayahuasca. And I don't want anybody to ever think that. Like, if I'm being called home, I'm being called home, and I'm going home. And it has nothing to do with any kind of... It doesn't even have to do with the ayahuasca itself. That wasn't the thing. It wasn't the ayahuasca that was killing me. It wasn't the ayahuasca that was shutting down my body. It was that my ancient soul had accomplished what it came here to do, which was reset the matrix and close down the portal. I chose to stay here for you guys, for Cherie, and to help others start to deintegrate from this matrix. And also, I want to enjoy this matrix a little bit longer. There's still more to do, but the shutdown process can wait a couple of minutes. It's not a problem. But when that time comes, which it will come, and it will come soon, whether it's 2 months from now or 2 years from now,
I just want to be very crystal clear on the record here. The way that I'm going to go is in an ayahuasca experience. And, really thinking about it, that's one of the things why I wish I would have gone last night. Because if something happens to me, like a car accident, or, I'm taken out like that, it's not the same. In the ayahuasca experience, it was full on ancient soul, full energized, full everything. I knew exactly who I was, I knew exactly what I was doing, etc., etc. So we're going to have to go do another ritual in a pyramid to see if it's time to go. And I don't know when. We have no immediate plans for that. But I just want to put it out there on the record for everybody. When that happens, it is of no fault of Cherie's. It is of no fault of anybody's. And it's definitely not, I don't want it to go down as an quote-unquote ayahuasca death. Because what we're doing here is we're doing something on a very, very ancient soul level. And it means when it's time to go home, it's time to go home.
Right.
So I just want to put that out there for when this time comes, which again, I don't know, could be 2 months, could be 2 years. But when this time comes, please look at this video right here and know that this was a choice that I made. Not a choice, not something that happened as a result of somebody's irresponsibility. It was a choice that I made on an ancient soul level. And it's just like the choice that I made to stay here, I'm going to have to make the choice to leave. And please know that what I think this illustrates the most is that we have the power to decide what we do and what we don't do. So I decided last night that I was staying, but I will have to decide to leave. So please remember that, and when that happens, understand that it was a form of power, not a form of lack of power. It was just like last night. I felt the immediate reactions, I felt a little bit cowardice. But Cherie said, there's nothing to feel cowardice about. You made a choice to stay here out of love for me, out of love for our tribe, and out of those who are left here. That took more courage to stay here than it would have to leave. Because I know exactly where I'm going when I'm leaving. I'm going back to my real body to input my codes into the system. She said it took more courage to tell the council, to tell everybody on the other side, fuck you, I'm in control of my situation, and I'm going to come when I'm ready to come and when I know that it's time for me to come. The thing is, they don't know what it's like to be here in the human experience. They don't understand. And this is what the big argument was with them when they wanted to shut the machine down before evacuating consciousness. And I was like, no, you don't understand what it's like to be in there, okay? There's emotions, there's love, there's relationships, there's beauty, there's all kinds of stuff like that. We can't just shut the machine down and quote unquote cut our losses, okay? We're not going to do that. No man or woman is going to be left behind. And that's like a Marine kind of mentality. They have that edict. Like, nobody gets left behind. So, nobody will get left behind. I promise. Kiss the one you love right now. You never know the last time it's going to be. And, we'll do a little show later today and kind of put everything all together. Love you guys. And once again, it's time. And once again, it's time to descend back to the land of mortals. This time, it's a little more highly technological. Love you guys.
Fellow traveler, the cries of the mistress speak again. Bidding organic consciousness a welcome to the House of Light. The great institution of materialism has failed. The false civilization built by man has turned, like a monster